Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. In this video, I want to talk to you about the best way to beat the dealer. Actually, no, the only way to beat the dealer. The only way you can beat a car dealer is being 100% prepared before you go to a dealership to pick up your car. Not to buy your car, but to pick up your car. Don't buy cars at the dealership, and here's the reason why. When you're in a dealership, your negotiating power goes down. Your power of choosing a car goes down. Because from the very beginning, when you step your foot into a dealership, unless you're there to pick up a car, salesmen are going to take control of your time, take control of your finances, take control of your decision making, take control of you. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but that's what they do. Salespeople are taught, they spend hours and hours and hours and hours, weeks and months and years learning how to take control of the customer and make that customer do what they want. That's the whole point of a salesperson. You don't encounter salespeople at the pizza place. You don't. Because there's a pizza, there's you, just buy it, pay for it, that's it. Only for some reason in cars, maybe real estate agents also, you have to get convinced to go and buy what you're gonna go out and buy anyways. The reason why is because the profit on these cars is absolutely insane, and dealerships are trying to squeeze every single penny out of you. I seen the dealership recently that charges $1,300 for a dealership fee. $1,300. $1,300. I seen another dealership that charges $700 for a dealership fee. What do you do when dealership is telling you have to pay a dealership fee? You show them this right here. Go fuck yourself. I'm not paying that. But you can't do that once you're in the dealership. Why? Because you're on their turf. They have control of the situation. Have you ever felt peer pressure? Salesmen hovering over you, making sure that you sign everything, making sure that you do everything how they want it, making sure that you give them your driver's license. They're gonna find out where you live, how much you make, what you're trading, how long you had this car for, is this a rental, did you get into a car accident? They're gonna find out all of that because that's their job. Their job is to take as much money away from you as possible. You can't really blame him. It's like blaming, Weinstein for doing Weinstein. That's what he does. That's like blaming a scumbag for being a scumbag. He's a scumbag. That's what salespeople do. They try to fool you and get you into a position where you have no control. The only way you can retain control is by knowing what the dealership is doing, is by knowing how it operates, and by knowing what to do, is by being prepared. For example, don't ever go to a dealership without preparing your own finances. Ever. The best place to prepare your financing is at a credit union or a bank. I prefer credit unions because they give me lower interest rates. When you're thinking about negotiating, the best place to negotiate is from position of power. How to be in the position of power with the dealership? It's very, very, very simple. You just have to have a lot of dealerships. That's it. How do you choose yourself a best wife or best husband? You have a lot of options. Once there's only one and he's a freaking drunk or an idiot, the choices are kind of hard to make. But once there's 100 dealerships, once there's 100 options, it's so easy for you to choose the truly best one. When I teach my students to find a car, I don't just teach them to find the best car. Finding a good car is the easiest part. The hardest part is finding a good dealership that's responsible, that's looking to make money, not fuck around. When I see a dealership that's telling me, I'm not gonna give you price over the phone, I'm not gonna email you the best possible price, my dealership fee is $700 and I'm not gonna get rid of it, even though I'm making $3,000-$4,000 on the car, that's not very responsible, is it? What is that dealership telling me? I don't care about your time, I don't care about your money, I don't respect you as a customer. You can go fuck yourself. I have so many customers lined up out the door. Dan, you know what? I don't have time to talk to you. I'm just going to hang up the phone. I'm sorry, dude. We have so many fucking customers. We have more customers than we have cars. That's how I get treated every single day. But you know why I get the best possible deal? Because at the end of the day, I know I'm the only customer they have for that car. I know that car is gonna get bought by me because I have better position than they do. I'm in a position of power. I have 100 other dealerships. If they don't like me, I'll buy that car somewhere else. If those guys don't like me, I'll buy the same car somewhere else. There's tens of thousands of these cars. I'm not buying a Ferrari 250 GTO. I'm not buying a $48 million car. Not yet, I'm not. Most cars that we work with is between $30,000 and $70,000. That's what we work with. There's shit ton of cars. You want a truck that has specialty equipment? You know how many trucks there are like that in the country? I shit ton. This is not the only truck. Just because you saw it somewhere once, it doesn't mean it's not gonna appear somewhere else again. Always go for the best deal. You have to be in control of the sales process. And that's what I teach my students. When somebody gets into a course with us, they learn how to go through the sales process without bullshit. How to be in control of the sales process. How to stop wasting time and get down to the business. Instead of dealership being in control, you have to be in control. You gotta be asking the questions. You have to be asking the questions about the title, about availability, about their financing, about their dealership fees. All that shit, you have to be asking questions. There's literally a list of questions that you have to go through with the dealership to find out what you are looking for. Do they have it? That's it. If they don't have it, next. They don't have it, next. They don't have it, next. Couple of days of work, one weekend, and you're gonna get yourself the best possible deal in the country. You're gonna save yourself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. When we teach our students to buy cars, we teach them to buy cars almost online. The paperwork gets sent to their house. The car is being inspected by professional pre-purchase inspector. I don't know how to read odometers if they have been rolled back. I'm not a computer. I'm not a human computer. I don't have a spiritual connection to the car. I always do pre-purchase inspection on my cars, unless it's a really cheap car. Then I can kind of take the risk. But spending $120 on pre-purchase inspection is nothing. One of the most important things that we teach our students is very simple. How to buy a car that holds its value and has the most possible options on it. That's it. That's pretty simple. How do you do that? How do you buy a car that you drive 3, 4, 5, 6 years later and you can sell it for almost the same price that you bought it for? How do you buy a car that at the end of the relationship with the car, once you sell it, I mean, it's almost like a relationship. That car costs you $150, $200, maybe $250 a month. How do you do that? How do you drive a Lexus for $200 a month? How do you drive a 2016 Ford F-150 Platinum for less than $300 a month? How do you do that? You have to be educated. You have to be skilled up. This is a skill that you have to have in your life. You're going to be driving cars. This is not like one-time thing. This skill you're going to have for the rest of your life. As long as you drive cars, you're going to have it. Your kids, your family, your relatives are going to know about it. You know why they're going to know about it? Because you're going to tell them. My will is somebody buys this course and they spread this thing like a motherfucker. They spread it like herpes, in a good sense, of course. But if you want to share this with somebody, please do it. If you want to put it onto DVDs and send it throughout your city, please do it. I want you to do it. The more control we have as car customers, the more money we're going to be able to save. The less controls dealers have, the more money we're gonna save. And I am all about saving that money. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below and click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those 2 videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out and I'll see you on the internet.